Looks like we're live, and I think we even have audio. This might just come together for us. How's everybody? How's everybody doing on a Wednesday afternoon? We get to spend some time with friends. How very cool. Everybody, thanks for coming in, saying hello. Ralph, Carrie, let's say moving down. Oh, Dean is with us. Dean, good to see your name. Let's see. We've got procrastination builds. Well, first off, hello, right back. Come on in. Great name. I saw that immediately. A couple of different ways we could go with that, but I think I have a lot of procrastination builds in my shop too. They're kind of in the works. Yeah. So, and of course, the old joke, my dad's bad about procrastination. So I gave him a book on procrastination. He'll get around to it. Yeah. But everybody, thanks for jumping in. Let's see, Jerry King. Good to see your name pop up, Jerry. Let's see. Ah, Pam Kauchik Watson. How very cool. Well, I even made it early. Too bad I have to leave early for work. Well, Pam, I hope you have a good evening at work. I hope it goes well for you, but thanks for jumping in and saying hello nonetheless. Nice. And Trooper Maz. Hello, right back. Hope you're doing well. Good, cool. Susan M. This is great. Had a craft fair this past weekend in North Conway. I assume big tourist site. We had the best fair ever. No kidding. I'm so glad to hear that. For the newer folks that just we can all earn a little money on the side of craft fair or craft show. It's not a big deal. Now, building a little inventory to make a good showing, well, that's one thing. And we got to do some planning, got to spend a little money. But once you get to the fair, they're a blast and you can make a little money, but at the same time, you're there, you can, people we do fairs technically so that we have recurring business. We get our names out there. But it's hard to keep that in mind when we got a little cash coming in, right? But anyway, the bigger point is you meet people, they pick up your passion. You talk about your craft like somebody that's got a passion for it. People love to do that. They love to look. It's leather. People love to, and so many times I'll hear, "Oh, I smell leather." Oh, I love the smell of leather. That's great being it's great sitting in a shop surrounded by your beautiful stuff that people love to come look at and see and hopefully buy. And some of them will. That's a boost. But anyway, if you've kind of ever kicked that thought around, I would say don't hesitate. Find you a little, start small. Start small. You're not going to get out there and sell every product. That just doesn't happen. I did see one vendor do that. Actually, I've seen a couple of vendors do that, but let's don't rely on that, right? But anyway, so Susan M., I'm so glad to hear that. Very cool. Now we got some good stuff to talk about. I got all kinds of stuff. It's a giveaway day. So really, you just have to listen to me just blah, blah, blah for an hour. Well, technically, if we boil it down, really about 32 minutes, right? Okay, so like we're going to draw at 3:15, so maybe come in at 3:14. Then we pick a winner at 3:45, maybe leave out at 3:46. You only have to deal with me for about 32 minutes. About that. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you got something great on your cutting table. Wednesday afternoon, hump day. Hump day. It's half over for some of us, our friends on the other side of the pond. A little further along towards Friday, but we'll get there. So anyway, hope everybody's got something good on their work table. We're going into a great time of year for us crafters. Halloween, right, for us costume people. Well, I was thinking about this again. Okay, yes, the pinnacle of the year for costumes. Well, for a lot of us costume folks, really the pinnacle of the year is like opening day of Ren Fair, right? That's the pinnacle of the year for us. But still, Halloween is the day we all get to don a costume and go to a party and be around friends, be somebody else for a little bit and just have fun with it. And all the things we can make we can make like on Halloween. I'm just always short on projects, Halloween themed projects. There's some stuff we can do, bowls and blah blah. But really, our costume or friends, neighbors, spouse, kids, we can really up their costume and have a good time doing it. So anyway, good time of year coming up. Now, one point, our friends in Florida, and I don't know how many folks will be with us. We got a lot of friends in Florida. I know Nan's down there. I hope y'all batten down, tuck in, get out. And from Helene, I didn't think to say, let's say prayers for North Carolina and South Carolina and East Tennessee and North Georgia. Did not see that coming. Skipped over us. We barely had debris in the streets. And then over the next few days, the more I heard, the more in disbelief I was. Where'd this come from? But they got nailed by that dirty side, Asheville. Oh, big prayers for those folks digging out, putting it back together. And now we got Milton coming along. Weirdest hurricane I've ever seen. Literally going from west to east, bumped up to a 5, going really right at the middle of Florida. Right at the middle. We've got family down there. Oh, prayers for Florida again. Y'all, prayers for our folks in Florida. Not just our folks, all the folks in Florida, right? And I want to help out. I see these lines on 75, people trying to evacuate. I think, man, I'd like to help. How can I? I've got to pick up. I could load up water and drinks. And then I'm thinking, well, how much good is that going to do? I might could help a family or two, which would be worthwhile. But, well, now I'm going this way. I got to come back now. I'm part of the problem. So don't know what to do. But anyway, prayers for all those folks in Florida. Let's see. Like I said, Halloween, the pinnacle of the year. Yeah. So, but also too, it's a great time of year for us crafters because we got the holidays coming up, fall's coming up. And I mean, this is a great time for seasonal projects, which the rest of them, well, yes and no. Spring, I don't really know right? Right. What's a good spring themed leather project? But coming up in the fall, I wrote some down. Oh, right off the bat, sleigh bells, which, okay, we've got a sale on these. We'll come around to that when we do notes from the boss. But sleigh bells, and I love making them. People love the sleigh bells. Door hangers are longer for a wall decoration, and they're great because, like in our house, we've got a bunch of little walls. Like there's a closet and then a little wall in the bathroom or steps or whatever. They're perfect decoration to go in those places, and the doors, but also stockings. And I've got a cool design. We've done a video on our stocking kit. Goes together easily, looks great. I've got an addition, and I'm going to work that in. It's something my wife added, helped her with it, but great idea. And it just pops. She made the stocking for her horse and not me. Yeah, well, we know where this is. Anyway, but stockings, how about the wood carrier? We just did a great wood carrier. Rifle slings, hunting season, rifle slings, quivers, rifle scabbards, knife sheaths, gun holsters, gun caddies, all kinds of great projects there. But how about skillet handles? Yeah, we just heard how they sell. They're certainly going to go over well as a gift. But also, how about things for camping? Oh, fall camping, some of the best camping going. Warm days, cool nights, big fire at night. The leaves are changing. Oh, best time. Oh, hundreds of things we can make for our camping friends, relatives, spouses, kids, coworkers. Well, all right. So we're going to do some videos on this. They'll be 2 months out, but I want to do 2 videos. First off, for us crafters, things that we want, things that we may not think about, but also our spouses. Let's do a video for our spouses, things that we may not think of to tell them, hey, I'd love to have one of these. And there's all kinds of things like that. But as usual, we'll start out with a big group apology, because we know we fill the house full of dye fumes. We disappear to the shop without any communication. We borrow things. Okay, I like to call them templates, but we borrow templates from the kitchen. We don't return them, or we return them with a little dye or top coat. Big, we're sorry from all of us, but hoping it's worth it, because you get some great gifts out of this. We're hoping. But anyway, so we'll do 2 videos there, one for us, one for our spouses. But some great gift ideas. We just did a work apron. I mean, do we have any friends that are woodworkers or work in a shop? Work apron is a great gift idea. Our woodworking cousins would love one of those, but I mean, the standards: purse, bag, pouch, belt, wallet, card case. And who doesn't love a handmade leather belt? A good solid, sturdy belt. We don't think about it because a belt is just one of our standard projects. It's just one thing we always make them, but we don't really think. And I kind of got a feel for this the other day. A friend of mine showed me the belt I made him years ago. I forgot I made this belt. I forgot I put a decoration on it. Still wearing it, still loving it. A simple leather belt. And for us, we can pump out the belt, right? Simple production process, couple of screws, keeper, buckle, do a little sizing, couple of punches, and we got a belt. We can strap out 10 belts in about 10 minutes, right? Maybe we might could even make 15 belts in about 10 minutes or vice versa. The point is, we don't really realize the receiving end. The joy they get from getting a product that we made for them. They're going to love it. They're going to wear it. They're always going to tell us about it. But how about coworkers, lanyards? We got a good video coming up. I'm going to leave it at that. But how about mouse pads, card cases, keychains, simple journal covers? How about a little glasses case? For those of us that have glasses, we're always losing them, always sitting on them, always stepping on them. But cell case, or how about one? And it's a bigger project, maybe one for the boss, a briefcase. Oh, you're getting a raise this year, right? I don't know that. Don't hold me to that. But if I can make a few calls and it would help, I would be happy to. But nonetheless, all kinds of great. Here's a great one. Say we work in a warehouse, or we've got somebody that works in a warehouse. How about just an open top pouch, or maybe a tool pouch? They may use a knife or some type of a gauge, or pencils, pens, Sharpies, markers. Make them a cool little belt pouch for that stuff. My wife uses an open pouch, an open top pouch, open throat pouch, at the barn. It's just a simple open pouch. We're going to do one. I know it's on the list. It's a long list, but because she likes to carry horse treats, or if she's brushing, she can just drop her brush in there. She doesn't have to work it into a pocket and snap. So anyway, like, there's all kinds of great projects for us to make for gifts. What a great craft, right? What a great craft. All right, there's one more. How about, do we have a mechanic in our world, right? We all have a car. Most likely we have a mechanic, but in the family, maybe not. How about a scratchless belt? We've done a video on that lately. What a great project for a mechanic. So they may not buy one for themselves, but now they're going to have one that's handmade, probably hand sewn. We can add a little decoration, perfectly sized, made just for them. Oh, damn. That's a good gift. Yeah, you might just get a nice discount the next time you take your car in, right? We can hope. Anyway, so all kinds of great ideas. I'm working on videos, trying to, I can't make these fast enough. I can't do it. I can't do it. I waste a lot of time trying to make them just right. I really do. I need to correct that behavior, Mr. Torrance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who's a fan of The Shining, right? Good book. Great movie. Johnny's home. Anyway. All right. So we are getting close because it's a giveaway day. And it's not just a giveaway from Chuck. It's a giveaway from Weaver. We've got something good. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But something I wanted to bring up, and we usually do this later in the live. But I just really, I keep preaching on this, but I think it's important with the craft fails, right? For so many reasons. All right, if you're not familiar with this, we have a segment called Craft Fails, where typically I don't have a lot of craft fails because y'all kind of see everything I do, but I take my time. I really take my time to make it right for the videos, and I kind of don't get a lot of time to work on my stuff. Anyway, the point behind the craft fails was right. Okay. Let's laugh at our mistakes. It helps. And one of the best things for me is when I make a mistake and I lay it out there, okay, I made this mistake. Somebody else goes, "Oh, I've done that." I immediately feel better. I'm not the only one. Either Johnny Cash is calling or it's time for a giveaway. Anyway, the craft fails. Newer folks, we all make mistakes. Sometimes we make a mistake and we actually get a better design out of it, or a better technique, or a better idea. It's going to happen. Learning curve, the big point there. The pros make mistakes too. We all make mistakes. Let's move on. Right. Right. Like a good friend Joseph always said, if you mess up a good project, just call it a prototype and move on. And that's about the best advice I've ever seen. All right. So we're gonna do a giveaway. One of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. All right, let's get over to this because I will mess this up. Just give them the chance. Some adult supervision would be helpful. Anyway, all right. So we're going to give away one of my favorites. A side. No, I'm sorry. They're not a sides. It's a double shoulder of cypress. Yeah, both words started to come out at the same time. Cypress leather. All right, for us, costume people. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong today. Something. It seems darker in here. Anyway, cypress. These are double shoulders, and we've got some gorgeous colors. What I was going to say, all right, so we've got a beautiful teal. I'm not sure if it's teal or turquoise. I mean, does that pink pop or what? One of my favorites. I believe that's the dark tan. We've got a nice chocolate brown. There we go. And we've got a black. I love that chocolate brown. It's very close to an English bridal, Havana, which I think has just recently become one of my favorite leather colors. Anyway, okay, so contiguous U.S. only. Y'all outside the U.S., I'm sorry about that. Shipping prices have gotten utterly ridiculous, and I fear they're going to get worse here. Anyway, the contiguous U.S. only. Okay, so the keyword, the keyword, the entry word is Cypress. Cypress. And wow, I hope I spelled that correctly. Anyway, so we'll talk about what you do if you win, but go ahead. The word is Cypress. Type that in. And at 3:45, Miriam is going to pick us a winner. And I think you're going to love this. For us man, it just ain't happening. It's not there. For us costume folks, any pouch, wineskin. Oh, this leather is perfect because it's a 4 to 5 ounce, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's very supple feel. It's a veg tan. It's got a supple feel to it. Makes a gorgeous pouch and so many other things. Anyway, it's become one of my favorite leathers. And I think that brown, one of my favorite colors. Yeah. So anyway, Cypress is the word. At 3:45, Miriam will pick somebody and we'll give you a big congratulations and a pretty piece of leather. All right. So we've got that going. I have just absolutely not been paying attention over here at all. Wow, look at all the Cypress coming in. Ken Jensen, Roll Bell, Carl, Bob Salter, Jim Jenkins, Michael Estes. Oh, David Bushwell, Alex Vest, Ted Chase. Y'all, thanks for joining us on the live. Even if it is just for the giveaway and not for me, I don't care. Jump in, enjoy some time with some friends, enjoy some time with people that speak our language. And we don't have that a lot. We're leather crafters, we're kind of lone wolves. Once in a while, we get together with somebody. Sometimes we have someone in our shop, we're teaching them or we're helping them make a project. For the most part, we're lone wolves. Yeah, so it's nice to be able, even if it's not in person, person to person, still it's good. It's good. And I really want to say this. I know I say this over and over and over, but I say it because I absolutely mean it. Yup. Thank you for being here. Thank you for great comments, great questions, great answers, a great way of welcoming new folks, talking to the newer folks. Y'all, new folks, come on in. You really are amongst good company here, and you're with people that just, I don't know what, we breathe a lot of contact cement and glue and dye and top coat. It may be that, but leather crafters, just to me, unlike so many other crafts, we just want to bend over backwards to help you out. I mean, it's almost to a point where it's like, okay, back off, right? Not really, but I have noticed that 40 something years in leathercraft, I've noticed that we just really seem to be a very giving folk, very much so. So, y'all, and secondly, if I mispronounce your name, God, I'm sorry. To me, that's the rudest thing you can do. But I'm going a little fast, and sometimes it could go several different ways. And not an excuse, but Sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. I'm genuinely happy you're here. That's absolutely. All right. All right. So we've got our giveaway going. Ted, bless your heart for that comment. Oh, and Crystal, y'all, Alex, bless your heart. Uh, good. Y'all, a couple of folks too. Thanks for keeping a smile on our face. We got a happy, healthy, fun, great craft going. And this is funny too. I probably mentioned this to a couple of people, or it's just a thought. Our shops, they're fun, happy places with good music and good lighting, and they're just happy places. I mean, they really are. They're places of fun and joy, and that's not common. That's not common, but I think our shops really are. So, y'all, great to spend this time with you. It really is. I look forward to this for 2 weeks. We need to do it every week, but I'm sorry, y'all, I can't pull it off. I need another one of me. Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, no, we don't. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to jump over here. Let's look at because I got a lot to talk about. I really do. Leather snakes. And we've talked about this, I think, once in the past, but I have to bring it up because I got caught on this one, right? I know this. Okay. So, anyway, what I'm talking about is, let's say that's laying on your shop floor. Tell me that doesn't look like a snake, right? Okay. Even worse, if it's a sliver of our reptile, right? The reptile print leather. This one caught me, and I know this. I've been dealing with this forever. But we cut off a slit. We cut a taper. We need to get a good straight line. We cut a taper. I just throw it over to the trash can. It may go in. It may not. Typically, they go in. Yes and no. Anyway, so this landed. I'm like, oh crap. Oh crap. I actually had to poke it with my straight edge to make sure it wasn't a snake. But I've had people in my shop go, there's a snake in your shop. And I'm like, oh crap, another one? Because I've had a couple of visitors I've had a few visitors. Anyway, like, oh crap, here we go again. Now I'm going to spend an hour trying to trap a snake, get him in, and it's one of these things. So, but that always freaks people out. Anyway, the shop snake. I guess it's just got a name now because that's what they are. Anyway, okay, so back over here. Raw Bell, bless your heart there. Thank you for that. Yeah, some of these comments just, man, straight to my heart. They really do. No, just say Highland Rebel. That's a good point. That's a good point. When the zombie apocalypse happens, folk are going to friend us more than the Kardashians. Just saying. It's a good point. It's a valid point. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, roll bell. Okay. I haven't dealt with the leather snakes as much as leather bugs. Yeah. Circles that fall from the punch before I get to them. You're exactly right. God. Oh, those little round bastards. Oh, they can really be a problem. You ever cut over one, not see it, lay your leather down and cut over one? Oh, that's a fun time in our shop. Yeah. Uh, Oh, that's Sally Webb. Bless your heart. I put Leather Element on at night before I go to sleep, so I hope I'm subconsciously learning while I sleep. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, are they putting you to sleep? On the other hand, are you actually learning? Because that would really be convenient. That would be okay. Anybody, the Simpsons episode, because that's just immediately what I think of. Um, Homer orders a weight loss, subliminal weight loss tape. Well, he listens to the tape while he's sleeping. Well, he's not losing any weight, but his vocabulary is becoming beautiful. So he figures out they sent him the wrong tape, right? They sent him a vocabulary tape. Oh, and of course, at the end of the show, he can't remember what that thing is to eat ice cream with, right? Anyway, so Justin J. Schiffler, Cypress. There you go. Very cool. Wendy Blakely trying to find a rat snake in the coop. Yeah, that's worse. You win. Yeah, you win on that one. Sorry you have to do that, but yeah, I bet. Uh, oh, Taylor Miller, yeah, trying to learn in your sleep, and then the blooper video comes on. Oh, we got another one of those I'm working on. Those are slow to come together because they got a good one. I got to stop what I'm doing, take it over, save it, name it, file, edit, get it in there, simply so it doesn't get forgotten. So, and it kind of breaks my roll, which happens all the time. Bruce helps break my roll a lot. What an obnoxious cat. Yeah, he's in a lot of the bloopers. So, yeah, tune in for him, not for me. Yeah, anyway, okay, so oh well, Sally, I feel like I understand a few things better. Okay, there you go. Good, good. Shane Cypress, absolutely. Let's see, Alex Fest, Sheridan show. I'm sure I'll be there. I'm sure I'll be there. Yeah, I've already started thinking about class ideas, so I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Um, don't have a show scheduled for next year just yet, so I don't know about Prescott and Waco. I love both of those shows. Prescott's casino in the building, and I didn't gamble last year. I did. I don't. I don't. I love blackjack and roulette. I, man, but I learned a long time ago when we go to the Texas Ring Fair, all of us, we'd stop in Biloxi, stay at a casino, gamble a little bit, get up the next morning, go to the, drive the rest of the way. It's easier if I take $80, I walk over to the pit boss, give him $80, and then go do something more positive with that 7 minutes. I mean, right? But I do like the blackjack and I do like the roulette. I really do. Just a little bit of luck, you can keep going. With the roulette, you can keep rolling on a little bit of money. Yeah, not the case with the blackjack. Anyway, I didn't even go last year. But what I had to get up, I had a class at 8 one morning. And so I got up at like 5 because to get a class prepped, and I just can't do a class if I feel unprepared. So I over prep. Anyway, the point is, there wasn't a cup of coffee in that damn building. Oh, wrong time to learn that, right? So I went to the casino, and I'm just looking around, and a large security guard comes over and says, "Sir, can I help you?" I'm like, "I just need a cup of coffee." She said, "Sir, I'll get you a cup of coffee from our station." Sure enough, they did. I said, "Thanks a million. Can I tip you?" No, sir. We're not allowed to do that, which I understand, but what a nice thing to do. It really was. So anyway, love the Prescott show. Love the Waco show. Best creme brulees right across the street. Wait, best steak, best creme brulee right across the street. We've done a lot of shows. We've eaten a lot of steaks. I think those are number one for at least 2 of us. Yeah. Jim, that helps us with the shows. There's a number of us that do the shows, and we trade off, so we can have a break. 2 of us at least agree that's probably the best steak, but definitely the best creme brulee. Anyway, the fun, they're great. If you get a chance to go to one of these shows, it's total immersion. But you get just being around the leather people is such a blast. And seeing all the leather and hardware. And anyway, I'm not going to roll on that. The point is, I'm pretty sure I'll be at Sheridan, and I probably be at Prescott and Waco next year because I wasn't this year. So we're trading off. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. Oh, wait a minute. We got it. This one just Conrad Drajarski, thank you for being here. But Jackie, Rune Main. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm halfway through working my first Renaissance festival, and it's both the most rewarding and exhausting thing I've ever done. Oh, man. Well, first off, so glad, most rewarding. How cool is that? Yeah, exhausting. It's just the way shows are because they're long and they're day after day after day, but they're fun. Hanging in a booth. Anyway, I know, smelling the popcorn, cheesecake, ribs, leather. Anyway, All right, Jackie, any ideas for good leather rim fair items to sell for next year? Oh, on one side, that can be a tough call because, and for the folks that want to jump into doing some fairs, your inventory is the biggest obstacle or obstacle. Yeah, right. Um, what are people going to buy? How much are they going to pay for it? What color are they going to like? If it's sized, what size is going to sell? What isn't? Tough decisions. All I can say on this point is that after a few shows, the standouts start to be obvious. Yeah. So, um, Jackie, I tell you what, why don't you email me? On our website, there's a general email address. Email me because I got a good list of things that'll work for you. That now don't hold me to that. I'll give you a list of possibilities. How about that? Because I've got some good things. I got probably 24, 25 things that'll sell at a rent fair. Kind of both rent fairs. You got a thin line to work there because you want the period stuff. Absolutely, I mean belts and baldricks and pouches, for the period folks. But you can't do super great on that. Where I'm going with that is you need a good mix of mainstream with a Renaissance theme, so you get juried in okay, but also the period stuff. Yeah, try to hit the mainstream folks that like a touch of the medieval, um, but it's products we can use on like journal covers, things like that. Jurying or the juries typically don't nitpick over stuff like that because they understand too. We need our biggest part of the audience is mainstream. So it's a tough. I'll quit rolling. After a few shows, you start to pick out what sells and what doesn't. What people love to look at, but they're not going to pay. What price they're willing to pay, what's not, right? So, anyway, wow, great advice, Chuck. Absolutely no information whatsoever. Yeah. Well, that's all I can always say. You're always welcome to call me when I can be of no help whatsoever. Anyway, okay. But Jackie, nonetheless, thank you for posting that. Very cool. Very cool. Um, Oh, let's see, Bob Salter. We met, and please forgive me, Bob. I don't remember. I bet $10. I know you if I saw you. Because yeah, I'm sorry I don't remember that. But if I'm at Prescott, I'll look forward to meeting you again. That getting to meet y'all face to face, it's the best. It's the best. This is fun. And we get to work together, and talk together. I wouldn't say work together, but we get to talk together, trade ideas, and it's just not getting to meet face to face. It really isn't. So Bob, I'll look forward to that. And everybody else that I get the chance to meet at a show, I will absolutely look forward to that. So, okay. All right. Let's put that aside because that's all right. Let's pull up Miriam because we are kind of getting close, but also too, um, let's see, Tina Dennis from Prague. Is it pronounced Prague, Oklahoma? Oh, doesn't matter how it's pronounced. Glad you're with us. Glad you jumped in too. Very nice. Tina Dennis there. Cyprus. Yeah. A couple exclamation points. Nothing's working today. I don't know what's wrong today. But it kind of struck me as I almost feel like that every time we do a live. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Can't put my finger on it, but something's wrong. Something's wrong. And we seem to get through them. Right. So, anyway, all right. Let's do this. Excuse me. Yeah, I've been shooting all morning, which I'm not supposed to do. Right. Anyway, all right, here's one for the new folks. And this is kind of an odd thought. But we think about equipment like our clickers and sewing machines and the tabletop edgers and things like that. Will it make things faster? Well, yes, yes and no. At some point, and you'll see where I'm going. I'm trying to make this coalesce into an idea because it's a good point. For us crafters, we don't necessarily need to get the equipment to move quickly in the beginning. If we're going to turn this into any kind of a little business and we're going to move forward, yes, we've got to work towards the equipment, the clickers, heavier sewing machines, edgers, things like that. because it cuts our time down immensely. But as crafters, we can do things very quickly without the equipment. And let's see if this helps. Okay, so like with these little billets, this is a good point. All right, so we've got a little billet here, and I make a bunch of these little things. It goes on a baldric. It goes on a baldric. Um, but that little billet, we've got round holes, we've got end punch, we've got an oblong, and we've got a little piece of leather. All right, here's where I'm going with this. We could always buy a die and we could click these out, and we could be relatively fast clicking. All right, but do we just walk over, take a big side of leather over to the clicker? No, we can't do it. I can't reach across. That's ridiculous. All right. So what we've got to do is we've got to block our leather. Well, now blocking leather is simply cutting out a smaller piece so that we can work with it, right? So, and it may be odd shaped sizes. Like for something like this, we block a rectangle, right? But like say we're doing some kind of a pouch flap, they're an odd shape. Well, let's work those into a pattern where we're getting the most efficiency out of that. And then let's cut that piece of leather out. I actually take and make this, and I'll explain this, but this is multiples of a single piece. All right. So we'll block our leather. Let's mark it out the most efficient way we can. We block our leather. Then we pull that out. Then we go over to a clicker. All right. We're 10 minutes into this already. With something like this, if we're strapping, we can have a strap. Let's say we're pulling a strap out of a side. I can strap 20 of these out in about 90 seconds. Okay. So let's cut that strap into 4 pieces. Well, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's butt those against our straight edge. Now let's see, what is this? 6.5. I can cut 6.5. I'm literally cutting 4 at a time as I move across. Okay. So now I'm going to take that over to my drill press. These are all rivet holes. So I'm going to drill all of these holes, small drill bit, 1/8 of an inch, I think, because I want that snug on my rivet. Then I can take this over and, well, let me back up, because when we drill these, I can drill 5 at a time, maybe 6 if it's just a couple of holes. But if we've got holes close to the edge, I'll do 5 at a time. Okay. So now I'm going to go over to my punch board. I can lay out 10 of these, my oblong across, flip them around, round and across, round. The point is, I can probably make 20 of these in about 6 minutes. Okay. With a clicker, when we're actually clicking, maybe 3 minutes. The point is we can get extremely fast if we simply think about it. And sometimes we don't need that bigger equipment until we get to a point where we're a little bit overwhelmed. And I hope you get to that point. I hope you start making something fast enough, or in quantities enough to where you need to buy some equipment. But here's the second part of this. And I don't know if this is worthwhile or not. It just seemed like a good idea because I'm working on this. Okay. So for this little guy, let's say I need 40 of these. Okay. I can lay these in. And what I'll do is I'll lay these in across. So I'm being as efficient as I can. And then I'll mark each one, mark each one. Well, that just takes a lot of time. Okay. Well, I'm somewhat blocking my leather here now, because what I've done here is now I've got a strip of these. I can cut 9 of these. The cool part about that is I'll cut this bottom side, cut this out, and then I've got marks where I need to make my straight cuts. Well, the next one, when I make that, now I only have to cut one line because that lays right in on top of it. Cut that out, cut the pieces, and the third. No kidding. I can cut 40 of those in about 6 minutes. So the point is, yes, we need the equipment as we progress, but in the beginning, don't feel like you got to spend a lot of money on equipment, because there are ways to get extremely fast in our shop working with very simple tools. So I don't know if that's a help or not. It kind of sort of coalesced into a thought, and then maybe it didn't. But anyway, the point is, we can be very fast by hand, doing things by hand. So anyway, all right. So we've got that. Let's jump back over here because getting close to drawing time. All right. So back over here, because I want to, I want the lives to be interesting, to some advice or some knowledge or a technique or trick or something, to help us out in our shop. But when I do that, I pull away from our comments, and I'm just, sometimes it's a good point, sometimes it's not. But anyway, all right. So let me try to get down here closer. Let's see. Oh, is Lane with us? I saw, hi, Lane. Um, Night for today. Nice. Glad you're with us, Bob Z, Will Rivos. Y'all, very cool. I'm glad you're with us. I hope it's worth your time. I hope it's worth your time. It's a good giveaway. I hope it's good information. I hope it's sometimes fun. We get a laugh out of it because we got the best craft going. Let's laugh. Let's put a laugh. Carrie, always dropping in a good joke for us. So anyway, let's see. Susan M. Susan. All right, Jackie, for me at Craft Bears, we sell lots of belts, tote bags, and this time of year, sleigh bells, and also make keychains. Susan, thanks for tossing that in, but Susan's a perfect crafter. A lot of folks would say, "Oh, I'm not telling anybody what I'm selling. That I'm giving away." Not us leather crafters. Sell some stuff. I will gain joy from you selling some stuff. So, Susan, thanks for that for so many reasons. Absolutely. Um, let's see. Okay, procrastination builds. I use my laser engraver to cut my leather templates out for one of my holster items. It's nice for perfect cuts. Yeah, I do wet the leather to reduce the burning. Good tip. Good tip there. And those are getting less and less expensive. So, yeah, it's like the CDs. Now I have to date myself. All right. But when CDs came out, CD players, they were like 900 bucks. That was like 30 years ago. So it's like $18,000 now. Well, not really, but sort of. After the last 4 years, it feels like it, right? Anyway, so I swear I remember this. A friend of mine was looking. He said, "Oh, laser engraver or CDs players are down to like 680 bucks." I'm like, "Dude, those will be 99 bucks." He's like, "Oh, no way, no way." Yeah, it's like 2 years later, they're 99 bucks. Now they're probably $5, right? Because who wants a CD player? Anyway, so um, the laser engravers they're the price is getting down. Yeah, so but also, I mean, I like cutting, great. Yeah, we can cut, we can do round holes, oblongs, English point. I think the best thing for me is the engraving. The designs that these laser engravers can make are spectacularly detailed and they're gorgeous. Now, great thing. Um, I used to do a lot of bag tags. I did bag tags for like, I don't know how many of the country clubs across the Southeast, but I had a certain little shape. It's like a little light bulb. And I would get an order for these. I'd send them to my laser engraver. I didn't have one. He had a big shop. He'd engrave them, bring them back, drop in a top coat and billets. These were just on the natural veg tan. When they burned, they were like a nice, like milk chocolate brown. Not real dark, not real light, but and they were good. They didn't need color at all. When I hit them with a top coat, Sadillac spray on, man, I could top coat about 60 of those in no time, in like 40 seconds, because I love Sadillac. Anyway, um, crap, I forgot where I was. Anyway, don't need to dye them. Those were absolutely beautiful. But also, too, black. If we think of going with black dye or we go with black leather, it actually makes it pop a little bit because it's kind of like a hidden detail that stands out. And so anyway, but one downside, chromes don't burn well. They're very sooty. Um, they don't burn well. Typically chromes, just in my experience. But all kinds of gorgeous veg tans now. For so long, veg tan, I mean, we basically had natural veg tan. We might have had, an oiled veg that was a little darker. Man, there are all kinds of beautiful colors out there now in veg tan. Thicker weights of leather, gorgeous, rich, beautiful colors and grains and feels. And it's changed a lot. Leather has changed a lot in the last 20 years. Like edge coats. What do we now have? 20 edge coat colors? Our antiques, we mix that with or we have the neutral antique. Well, now we have an unlimited amount of colors to go with antiques. I mean, forever we had like four colors. I think five. I think five colors. Anyway, the point is, Johnny is calling again. All right, so it's time to pick a winner. Now, Miriam. Oh, I can hear the tumbler turning. Miriam's gonna pick us a great. Okay, we have a winner for a beautiful piece of our cypress leather, Mike T. That's it. Simple as it comes, simple and effective. Mike T, congratulations. You've got a piece of our beautiful cypress leather. All right, Mike, here's what you're going to need to do. All right, so email your name, address, and phone. Phone not needed, but just in case. All right, but name and address. All right, you're going to email that to supplyinfo@weaverbrands.com. Brands, brands.com. Tell us which color you like. Oh, yeah. Hard call. Hard call on that one. Anyway, but pick the color and we'll get that on its way to you. Mike T, congratulations on a piece of beautiful cypress leather. Very cool, very cool. But everybody, thanks for entering, and I hope we've got some good giveaway items for y'all. And next time it'll be on me. Don't know what we'll do yet, but I'll find something good. I'll do my best to find something good. Anyway, all right, I hope so. I'll leave that up to y'all. All right, so Mike T, I think that's everything we've got on that. And Miriam, thank you for helping out with that. All right, nice. All right, let's jump back over here. I just want to know which color Mike's going to choose because that's a hard call. I love the teal. Oh, that chocolate brown, black, timeless classic. But the dark tan, we did a video using that. Actually, we used that on the shop apron. Perfect leather for a shop apron. Got some thickness, but it's up. Anyway. Okay. All right, y'all. So, I've been looking at lights and a screen all day. My eyes are getting to a point where they're like, okay, that's enough. Yeah, well, no, it's not because we still have a little ways to go here. So, all right. Let's see. Brian Moreland, I don't have a good answer on that one. Brian's asking, do you ever think the sewing machine prices from a leather company will come down as Amazon gets more heavy duty sewing machines? Brian, I got no call on that one. I don't. I sew. I've got a couple of machines, but that end of the business, and I only say that because when I'm at Weaver, man, Johnny, those folks back there, they literally know every nut, bolt, screw, washer, everything there is to know about the sewing machine. They can take them apart and put them back together. I'm not going to attempt that. That's why I say that. I have no idea. No idea there. Wish I could help, but remains to be seen. Absolutely. All right. So, yeah, procrastination pills. I know I got off on a roll there on the laser. Love them. Absolutely love them. Very cool. Raw Bell. Let's see. Personally, I love hand stitching. I agree with you on that point. If I ever get to the point of needing to work at production speeds, it'd be hard for me to just give up and start machine stitching. Yes and no. I even production shops will do some hand sewing because there are places in machine it's just not going to sew well. But what I was talking about a while ago, sometimes we're faster than or maybe not as fast as the equipment, but not much slower. Sewing can kind of be the same way. Now, hand sewing, I love it. We're never going to hand sew as fast as we can on a sewing machine, but still, production shops will use hand sewing in smaller areas. And I've seen one of the big wallet companies. I don't remember who it was. I wish I did. I wish I'd been paying attention, but that's not one of my strengths. They had a gentleman, and this is one of the high end, and we would know their name right off the bat. He was hand sewing a small card wallet. He had a pricking iron, which are the points, right? Chisel with points. He was hand sewing that. He was hand chiseling that. We don't have that kind of a name, but nonetheless, if you think about it this way, a sewing machine, well, sometimes if I've only got to sew 6 or 8 inches, I might just hand sew it. I love the sewing, but if my machine, all right, so it was just like blocking our leather. So we got to get over to our machine. Do we need to wind a bobbin? Well, we got to check the bobbin. How much is on the bobbin? Do we need to rewind the bobbin? Do we have the right thread weight? Do we have the right color on it, both bobbin and top thread? Do we need to reset our attention? Do we need to oil the machine? Do we need to now sew a little bit on 2 pieces of leather, scrap that we're going to sew on just to make sure everything's good? geez, by now I've already sewed 8 inches of hand sewing, right? So yes and no. I mean, yes and no. Uh, when you get up to the production, you got to go machine. You just can't sell hand sewing. I mean, think of something like a gun belt or a holster or a rifle scabbard or simply a belt that we just can't do that. We can't make money hand sewing that stuff. None of us has that kind of a name, you know. There's folks out there that do, and they can charge for that. Yeah, the rest of us, not really, right? If you're at a booth and nobody knows who you are, that's probably a good hint that we're not going to be able to charge for hand sewing and, right, and hand tooling. Because the average person, us crafters, ooh, hand tooling. I mean, we're drawn to that like, right, moth to a flame. But the average person is not going to understand what goes into we we could try to explain, and I have, but a lot of people not interested. I mean, it's just some slightly interested. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool, right? Man, they ain't gonna pay 400 or 500 bucks because we tooled the pouch and we hand sewed the pouch and it's hand sewn into. Eh, we're not gonna sell a lot of those, right? The right person comes along, we will. But the average person, all the stamp work, hand sewing, tooling, carving, antiquing, they're just not gonna pick that up. So, eh, might say get a bunch of mainstream out there, but put a couple of things we love to make out there as well. Put that price tag on it. Absolutely. Somebody buys it, absolutely, yay. If somebody doesn't, we're fine. We're gonna live, right? Because the other stuff sold. So that's probably actually the best combination of product you can have in a booth. Um, Roll bell. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'd take a mechanical solution to punching stitch holes in a heartbeat. Yeah, man. It's a good point. It's a good point. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Rockfall, glad you're with us. Glad you're putting in some information there. Oh, good, good. Unmutual, glad you're with us. Very cool. Mike T, there we are. Uh, let's see, just through my regular email. Absolutely. Yeah, just email us at Weaver. What was it? Yeah, because we've got so many emails. I just want to make sure I get this right because, geez. All right, supply info at weaverbrands.com. Just email us there. Yeah, if you have trouble, just go to our website. We've got an email right up front. So, but anyway, Mike T, congratulations. Very cool. Let's see. Jack Dempsey. Has anyone in chat been to Pensick? I've been hearing about that since I was in college. Never been. I'm going to have to put that on my bucket list. It's just this working for a living thing. That's exactly right. But anyway, Jack, thanks for bringing that up. I'd love to see Pensick. I won't go into great detail for all of us that aren't the costume or the period folks. You can look it up if there's some interest there, but that's a big one. Yeah, that's a biggie. Supposed to be a great one too. I've heard about it. I've heard about it as long as I've been in leather. So anyway, all right, y'all, let's jump back over here because we're getting close. A couple of housekeeping items we need to take care of. And this is one I feel strongly about. Fan page. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's just the Chuck Dorsett fan page on Facebook. Jump in, post something, look at some great comments. It's a great place to be to gather. I think we're over 12,000 subscribers now. I think that's right. Anyway, worthwhile to do a couple of shout outs to everybody. I'd like to everybody that posts a pic on there. I wish I could, but I pick out just a few great comments or projects or answer questions or answers. But Shane Cessna has a beautiful bag. Evidently, they're going to take a trip in the near future, and he made a gift, and it is absolutely beautiful. My wife saw one. Now I got to make one. Shane, thank you and thanks. Yeah, so right. Right. So anyway, but Shane, beautiful work on that. Christian Hamburger has a very cool storage solution. That's cool. And it's even made out of leather. Yeah, it's even made out of leather. So go on the fan page and you'll see that from Christian. Gavin Drummond, men's tooled bracelet. Nicely done on that. He's even taken a coin, turned it into a concho. Beautiful work on that. Eric Fisher, has made a nice edge coat station. He's worried about spilling the bottle. Who doesn't? Who hasn't spilled a bottle of dye, edge coat, leather balm, right? He's got a nice solution, and it's a cool little idea. So, Eric, nicely done on that. Uh, Anas has got a beautiful a watch band, and in the post, Anas even explains, watch bands are underrated. I gotta say the same thing because they're a beautiful project. They're not tough to do. It's something we can wear and love, or a great gift for spouse, family, friends, coworkers. But Anas has done a beautiful job on that one. But you're absolutely right. That's one of the projects. We've even done one. I just don't even think about it. So nice on that one. And Sean Fox just got some beautiful work on a number of different projects. I'm not going to go into each and all of them, but Sean is doing some absolutely gorgeous work. Jump over to the fan page to see some of that. Y'all, but thank you again for being on the fan page, the comments, the answers, the questions, the posts. And I'll say this again. I know you get tired of hearing me, but if you're new to the craft, don't hesitate to put your first project up on the fan page. People are going to love it. And you'll say, try, because if it were me, my first project, I'm not going to post that on the fan page of 12,000 leather crafters. You'll see. Post it up there. You're going to get some great comments, and you are immediately going to be welcomed into a family. 12,000 of us. Yeah, you're about to be a member of a very big family. So, excuse me just a second. Yeah, my throat's getting a little rough this time of day, but whatever. All right. So, one more good point. Oh, okay, unmutual. All right. Let's see. Speaking of bad ideas, you bring them out. We all have a great bad idea, I'm sure. All right. Using canning jars with wide mouths for dye. It just makes a mess every time you open it. I've got a couple of canning jars with dye in them, and you are exactly right. That's a bad idea. And I should, again, correct that behavior, Mr. Torrance. But thanks for bringing that one up. What a damn bloody mess. You're at my leather balm is in a canning jar. The ball, old school, because you can really crank it down. But about every time I use it, I have to try to get it, and then it gets Thank you. We needed that. Unmutual. We needed that to correct this behavior. Good call. All right. So anyway, okay, night for today. Good point there. Kevin Wise. Kevin, no. Wildfire in Sheridan? No, I have not been following that. I'm not even aware of that. My news source sucks. Hold on. I'm writing that down so I can look it up after the live. I am not familiar with that, and I'm sorry to hear that. Geez, they've probably been as dry as the rest of us. It's been a weird summer. It really has. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, I know. Now my mind's on that. Anyway, all right, Taylor Miller, got to go back to work. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but that paycheck, right? Let's see. It was great to see everyone in chat today. I fully agree. Good luck with your projects. Yeah, there you go. See you all in a couple of weeks. Absolutely. It's 3:58. Dadgummit. Well, I think we got pretty close, but let's go over to notes from the boss because I need to keep my job as well, right? Yeah. So anyway, all right. We talked about this. Bells are on sale. These are not those cheap, crappy craft store bleep, bleep, bleep bells. These are the real bells. They're gorgeous. They're heavy. And let me tell you, they are loud. Our bells are on sale right now. So if you want to do some craft bells for a craft show or for gifts, friends, family, now's the time to stock up on those. Now, also, and this is straight from the source, lots coming down the pipeline. So make sure to follow us on social media or sign up for our newsletter to be the first to know. We've got a weekly meeting. I've been hearing some of the things that are coming together. We got some good stuff coming up. We absolutely do. Okay, We're going to skip project of the week because we just run slap out of time because I can't shut up. I know, getting me to talk about weather. That's not hard. Tricks get me to shut up. All right. So, y'all, I'm going to leave this open for a minute or two. After we sign off, if there's something there you really needed me to see and I didn't, I apologize. We get a lot of comments. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. But it's hard to see them all. And for anybody that I didn't get to say hello to, say your name and say hello. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that. Nonetheless, hello and glad you're here. Happy you're here. And it's great to see everybody's name pop up. So, Randy Bradley, hello, goodbye. Absolutely. Night for today. The first thing I saw was Patricia. That's awful. I'm not even going to read anymore. Oh, Patricia, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. So I don't know. The mouth and the brain, they don't work well often, but today they just have not connected. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure. It always is to spend this time with you. Wish we could do this in person. I really do. Through some miraculous miracle, maybe one day that'll happen. But between here and there, we'll make this work for us. And y'all have a good evening, a good prayer for the folks down in Florida. We'll be thinking about y'all. And have a great second half of your week, great weekend. Hope you got something great on your work table. Gives us all something to look forward to. And I think that's one of the reasons we're happy folk. I think so. All right. So, y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll have a great giveaway. I hope. I'll leave that up to y'all. But love every minute of spending this time with y'all. So, good luck with your projects. Got to work that in there. All right. So, love y'all and love spending the time with you. Bye, y'all.